Do you want to make levels that feel traditional? Well, in this video I'm going to break down how you can make awesome traditional levels. Let's get started. When Luigi starts this level, he sees a Goomba. This means Goombas will be featured throughout this level. This is a great way to introduce the enemy the player will see throughout the level. We can add more of the enemy or give it different variations to make the level feel a bit harder. You are not limited to one enemy. You can also have supportive enemies like Koopa Troopas. Do keep in mind that some enemies do not fit some themes. For example, dry bones do not fit in the overworld theme, neither do thwomps or skewers. Even more important than enemies are power-ups. Power-ups can make or break your level. If you use a propeller mushroom in a level that wasn't made for it, you're probably able to cheese over almost all of it. So it's a good idea to carefully think about what power-up you're going to use in your levels. Always be consistent. If you have two power-ups in your level, like mushrooms and propeller hats, then do not throw in a fire flower or the acorn suit. Being consistent with power-ups in traditional levels can really go a long way. Speaking of going a long way, your levels actually do not have to be that long. In the original Mario titles like Mario Bros. U and Luigi U, the levels are always at the short side. You get 500 seconds, but usually you only need 100 or at most 200. So if you think your level is too short, you can maybe add some extra sections, but overall I would just leave it the way it is. Another problem I see with some traditional levels is that some people make them way too hard. They think a traditional level should be challenging and have some hard platforming sections, but if you look at Mario titles, they are basically always easy until the last few worlds. So if your level feels like it's easy, it's probably because you have played it a lot of times, but people that are new to your level might actually struggle with it. Before we dive into difficulty progression, I think you can also add star coins to your level. Star coins have been a staple in the Mario series, so you should definitely add some 30 coins to your levels in some hidden places. For the next category, we are going to take a look at difficulty progression in a desert level. In this level, Luigi starts off with getting a power-up. Getting a power-up at the start of the level is always a good idea, because the player then feels rewarded for trying out your stage. At the start of this level, it isn't too hard. There is one angry sun and there are a few spiky boobkins, but nothing Luigi cannot handle. After that, there are some pokies thrown into the mix. After some platforming, Luigi gets a checkpoint and goes into the pipe. For the second part of this level, there are more enemies and harder to get star coins. Not only that, but there's also a Poké that can now interact with Luigi. In a previous section, this Poké was stuck onto a question mark block, but now he's able to walk freely and Luigi needs to dodge it. I think you are now getting the idea how difficulty progression works, but let's take a look at one more level. Again, this level starts out by showing us the mechanic. The mechanic of this level will be the angry sun and some skewers. Supportive elements will be donut blocks and on-off blocks. The way the creator makes the difficulty increase is by having smaller and tighter jumps, more rows of donut blocks, and by introducing a new enemy, the Mecha Koopa. After some more platforming, Luigi reaches the boss. It is always a good idea to have a checkpoint before a boss fight, because people do not want to do platforming sections before having the boss. Then we have the boss fight itself. The Angry Sun is also here because the Angry Sun has been featured throughout the level, so it is only logical that it is also in this fight. There are also skewers because skewers are the main element of this whole level after all. After Luigi jumps 3 times on his head, he is able to get the key and leave this level. Now that we know how we can make a traditional course flow, let's talk about some decoration. First off, we have semi-solids. Semi-solids are not only a great platform, they are also great decoration for background, as you can see on screen right now. You can also have them hanging from the ceiling, or have them behind the bridge to create a supportive element. Vines hanging from the ceiling makes it feel like this place is alive, but they can also be used for secrets like star coins. I could talk hours on decoration, but Aristotle already has an amazing video explaining how decoration works and how to avoid making your course ugly. So if you want to make awesome decorations, I highly recommend checking the description for that video. Next up is rest. The player needs rest. The player really likes to have breathing room after a difficult platforming section. That way he can relax a bit and maybe get a power up or a checkpoint. Never have an enemy or anything near a checkpoint because it can really ruin someone's day. If you find this video useful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more Mario Maker tutorials. Before I'm going to share you my secret tips, let's talk about secrets. Star coins can be considered secrets, but also just some coins. The player wants to feel rewarded for exploring your level, so if you add some coins on places players are not supposed to go, they will feel special for reaching that place. But do not, and I repeat, do not make it look like a death exit, because then players will just feel cheated on. That's why I recommend doing this with coins and not with power-ups like stars. Alright, now it's time for the secrets to make your traditional levels stand out from the crowd. My first tip is use the shadow Mario gives. In the options you have an option to toggle the shadow on. That way it displays where Mario jumped. If you do that, you can conveniently place coins where Mario is supposed to jump, helping the player. Next up is a tip for decorations. Ground tiles can have decorations, but it's completely random. I advise you to have some ground tiles with decorations somewhere in your level and just place them on spots where you think they fit. Playtest, playtest, playtest. First try to beat your level without even pressing the run button. Then try speedrunning it. Is it fun to speedrun your course? Maybe you can place a Goomba one tile to the left to make it easier for speedrunners. A lot of different types of players will play your course, so it is always best to have the course fit all players' playstyles. Thank you for watching this video all the way through. If you did enjoy it, I consider you do because you watched it all the way, be sure to hit that subscribe button because I'm planning to upload more often. If you have some feedback or critique, let me know in the comments section. And with that all said, keep creating and I will see you next time.